Hey, what is up, lovelies? It is Lynn, the Gacha Goblin, and okay, let's talk about something that I've already talked about before on my channel. However, this is something that really needs to be reiterated again because perhaps there are new people in this community who don't know the severity of this situation, who don't understand why this is so bad to even discuss. So let's talk about why we should really respect the privacy of the love interests and not go around using this kind of thing for clout. So I've seen a lot of resurgence on who Silas is as a VA. There are people like this Mika here on TikTok who posted, I'm like 80% sure I know who the VA for Silas is, but alas, I can't say because they're supposed to be anonymous. Like, what is the point of even saying something like that if you know that you can't even expose it, And then for this to be screenshotted and shared onto Twitter, it is just more prevalent why this is an issue. So then, Apple, love STCBS, I don't know how to read your name. Then why the F are you announcing this? Y'all are playing people's jobs and share this as if it's a pride. Please learn what the F respect is. Play your damn game and live your life. So if you don't know, okay, the love interests voice actors for Love in Deepspace has been kept anonymous for the EN side. Now, a lot of people will ask, well, why was this, kept hidden? How come, they're not releasing who these love interests are? Well, there is actually a very specific reason why. It's because Infold got into a lot of trauma with a different game that they have, MLQC, where their love interest voice actors there was drama, and then one of them was asked to leave, but two of them didn't want to, have that person leave, so they followed, and, MLQC was down 3 voice actors, basically, and the game went silent for some time. And to have that happen to Love in Deepspace is detrimental to this game, because there is such a huge core aspect of Love in Deepspace that is purely audio, and to have that completely ruined because somebody wanted to use this kind of post for clout, or somebody actually exposed who the voice actors were, they're going to break their contract, whether it is specified by the love interest voice actor themselves, if they were the ones who broke the contract, or if they just got found out. Like, they're kept anonymous for a reason, guys. It is to keep the voice actor safe from any sort of drama in the community, to keep them working for this company, and to also maybe build their own careers if this is the first game that they work on. Now, when it comes to the original 3 love interests that we had, with Zane, Xavier, and with Raphael, from the very beginning of the game, they were really good. But you can tell that them in the beginning of the game versus now, you can tell that they've really stepped up their game. They know who their characters are, and it feels more realistic. It feels like they've really grown into these characters, and to strip something like that away from them is so sad. It is so sad. And if you just think about it that way, why would you even say that you know who the voice actors are? You are potentially ruining the experience, not only for the the players, okay, who don't want to know who the voice actors are in real life because it takes away from that, that reality, that fantasy world, the immersion of the game. But you're also ruining this experience for the voice actors who probably feel attached to these characters at this point, They've built these characters with their voice. They've made them whole with their voices. And if they are found out, they will probably be, taken out of the game. And will they be able to continue with different projects in the future? Maybe. Is that a for sure thing? No, it's not, because you know how the job market is now in America. It is incredibly difficult. And if they have something on their record where they say that their NDA or their contract was broken because, they were exposed or whatnot, that would make their credibility drop if they're trying to look for more jobs in the job market. So, we have to respect the careers of these voice actors. If they, that you can... For me, I want to believe that they love playing these characters, and sometimes you can really hear how much they enjoy playing these characters too, so I really don't want to ruin that for them or for us. So, this little post here kind of got a lot of attention, basically, and it's not just Silas, but there are people who have been trying to figure out who all of the voice actors are, and I've been seeing it here and there, but it's come up so often now that it's time to say something about it. There are people who are like, oh, I'm pretty sure I know who Xavier's is, or whatever. There are some people who actually say stuff like, I know somebody who works in the VA industry and they know who Silas's voice actor is. I'm like, great, why are you telling us? There is literally no point in you telling us, because what are you gonna do? Expose them? What are you gonna say? Like, it doesn't make any sense. At this point, the people who are trying to say these things are literally doing it for clout, They're trying to get some sort of attention from these kind of posts. And it's sad, really. It really is sad that they have to risk the careers of these love interests of voice actors. Here, the original poster is asking people to report this person without interacting with the video itself, because it is not okay to have somebody say this. And if you think, if you are the person who posted this, if you think for a minute that you are not, if you have the resolve of Fort Knox, for example, that you're never going to expose who Silas's voice actor really is, I highly doubt you, because people are going to hound you, okay? People are going to hound you for that information, and you really think you're not gonna break after 8,000 people ask you, oh, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? That is absolutely insane. The people will get peer pressure if they really knew who the voice actors were, and they posted something like this, and then they get constantly barraged by comments saying, who is the voice actor? Who is the voice actor? Eventually, these people will break, and they will ruin the experience for so many people. All right, now going over to Reddit, because this has spread to Reddit. Respect the ENVA's privacy. So this is posted by Ella Driv. Just wanted to remind everyone that the ENVAs are to remain anonymous and private, and that this needs to be respected more. Invold has made it this clear since day one. It seems that there has been a lot more sharing across all platforms trying to figure out the VA's names and other works as if this is harmless. However, this is not okay. I understand that we are all curious, that we all just want to support the other projects, but as it is right now, there is a reason that the ENVAs are kept anonymous. English voice actors have also always been the most at risk of harassment. Now let's go over this just a little bit. In countries, Asian countries like China, Japan, Korea, there are a lot of different media types out there that is very commonplace for there to be voice actors. So, an example, anime. Very simple. But anime in Japan have multiple voice actors who are respected for their work. They are respected to the level of class A, like A-class celebrities, They are revered for their work. They are not hunted down. They are not hunted down and harassed and, find the address of or whatever. They're given their space, They are revered and they are honored in a way that they are respected. But however, for some reason, EN voice actors in America don't receive the same kind of attention. They get stalked, okay? They get stalked, their addresses doxed, all of these horrible things that happen to them. And it is scary to be somebody who may not have affiliation with a big company who could protect them or something. It is scary for English voice actors here in the States because some people form these parasocial relationships that are just super dangerous. And it is also very bad if, somebody who has a parasocial relationship with like Silas sees a voice actor and then suddenly realizes that the voice actor is way older than who they thought it was going to be, doesn't look like Silas, maybe has a family or whatnot, and their immersion is completely broken, and suddenly the hate is thrown at the voice actor, and it is just a toxic environment. So, of course, the company wants to keep their voice actors safe, so they're going to protect them by not disclosing who they are. So that is just an example of things that could potentially happen when it comes to voice actors here in the US. So continuing on with this post, the least we can do for our love interest is to protect the voices behind them. Edit, whether it's to keep politics separate from the VAs or to prevent potential harassment, the intention behind the message remains the same. So it doesn't matter, what specifically is the reason why these voice actors are remain secret. It is really just a matter of respect. It's a company decision. If the company wanted to release them at any point, they could. Who knows? Maybe they'll release them when all of the love interests are added into the game. If they're not, then what doesn't matter? We are getting a wonderful experience from these voice actors and we're enjoying the game, right? So there is no need to find out who these voice actors are. If the reason was to support them in other projects, that is a very sweet reason. But if you do stumble across somebody who has the similar voice as our love interests, there is a point of, hey, look at this person sounds like this voice actor or whatever. But let's not be like, they are 100% this voice actor, yada yada yada, because you could potentially ruin their contracts, guys. Let's just be a little bit more mindful, a little bit more respectful towards their situation and their contracts, and for the safety of our game. And that's all I wanted to say for this, and hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. I have another video on my channel covering the same topic, so if you want, I guess, a refresher, you can go over and check that one where my voice isn't shot. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Oh my god. Thank you all so much for watching. I am Lynn, the Gacha Goblin, and I will see you lovelies in the next video. Bye now.